Hello there. Good to have you join us again on Energy and You. The program highlights events in Nigeria's energy sector with a focus on the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited. I'm Erusa Igumbo. On today's show, NNPC Limited records a profit of 2.54 trillion naira in 2022. Group CEO of NNPC Limited speaks on the advances, challenges, and opportunities in a lecture delivered at the Obafemi Awolowo University. And in ongoing efforts to arrest oil theft and curb leakages, the National Oil Company inspects illegal oil vessel loaded with thousands of metric tons of crude. Details of these stories and more in a moment. Please join us again. Thanks for staying with us. Now let's begin the show with an outlook of the international oil prices for the week and other top energy stories across the globe. Oil prices are struggling to push ahead as economic headwinds pressure the global oil demand outlook and offset geopolitical concerns in the Middle East after an attack on a Russian fuel export terminal over the weekend. Brent crude fell 9 cents to $78.47 a barrel, after settling down 54 cents on Friday. The Brent crude market structure and some physical markets in Europe and Africa are reflecting tighter supply, resulting partly from concern about shipping delays due to vessels avoiding the Red Sea. The disruptions have combined with other factors, such as outages and rising Chinese demand, to increase competition for crude supply that does not have to transit the Suez Canal. Other developments have also tightened the European crude market, including a drop in Libyan supply due to protest, the first such disruption for months, and lower Nigerian exports. Discussions on energy security, sustainability, and profitability in Nigeria. Group CEO of NNPC Limited speaks on the advances, challenges, and opportunities. Details after the break. Stay with us.
We are the largest single asset holder in Africa's oil and gas industry and poised to be the dynamic global energy company of choice. We are constantly innovating to be the prime company for energy sufficiency. We are NNPC Limited, energy for today, energy for tomorrow.
You're still watching Energy and You. The Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC Limited, Mele Kyari, has advocated for collaboration between the academia and the oil and gas industry to address the challenges of energy sufficiency and sustainability. Kyari made this call in a lecture delivered at the Obafemi Awolowo University in Ile-Ife, Osun State.
It was the 2024 Faculty of Science lecture at Obafemi Awolowo University, OAU, Ile-Ife, Osun State. And the Group CEO of NNPC Limited, Mele Kyari, was the guest lecturer with the topic Energy Security, Sustainability and Profitability in Nigeria, Advances, Challenges and Opportunities. Speaking on the critical role of energy in the economic development of nations and modern life, the GCEO emphasized the pivotal role of academia-industry collaboration in addressing energy security and sustainability challenges. He underscored the importance of academic communities in safeguarding national security through research and collaboration. Kyari stressed the significance of energy conservation, diversification and efficiency measures to enhance energy security, especially in the context of rapid population growth and the escalating twin menace of pipeline vandalism and crude oil theft.
That you have clearly an enabling policy environment that allows businesses to predict income, predict benefits, and also a sense of sustainability that will make people. And I'm sure that this will now add on to the issue of sustainability in our industry. And therefore, an enabling fiscal environment, a secure environment, and also stability of policy and processes will be the only thing that will ultimately deliver a sustainable energy in our country.
Acknowledging the severity of pipeline vandalism and crude oil theft, Kyari highlighted the strategic focus the company has adopted in combating the challenges while simultaneously expanding its downstream assets. Giving credit to the federal government for the passage of the Petroleum Industry Act in 2021 and the removal of fuel subsidies, he noted how the two events have helped to position NNPC Limited as a commercially viable entity.
First of all, as you may be aware, if you check our social media platforms, you will see a number of interventions we are doing as NNPC and as government to see how we can contain the issues around vandal and oil theft in our country. I'm sure you must have seen all this. What this means is that when you produce 100 barrels and only 20 at a point, only 10, 20 gets to the terminal, nobody will put his money into it. And the scale of that activity almost grounded us as a country. But the reality is that when you don't resolve this, that there is nowhere new capital can come in. And without new capital, natural decline will take care of every production that you make. And at the point you can get it to a net zero situation, net zero not in the context of climate change, that it will go to zero if you don't invest. And that is why the efforts that are being made today are paying off. We are seeing gradual restoration of sanity, also ability to see that companies can now predict that when they produce, they can actually evacuate their production.
Speaking earlier in his welcome address, the Vice-Chancellor of the Obafemi Awolowo University, Professor Adeboye Simeon Bamire, said the Faculty of Science lecture series was a key event that helps the university fulfill its objectives.
Lecture series serves as a platform for productive engagement of industry leaders, experts, innovators, and researchers towards catalyzing the exchange of ideas and knowledge for development. It aims to foster enlightening dialogues that illuminate developments and opportunities, groundbreaking research, equip students, and sustain beneficial university-industry collaboration. This year's lecture themed Energy, Security, Sustainability, and Profitability in Nigeria, Advances, Challenges, and Opportunity, touches a very important area that is crucial for the development of our nation. As a developing nation, the need for reliable and affordable energy is fundamental. It is hoped that this year's faculty lecture will provoke relevant discussions, innovative ideas, industry-university collaborations, and policy mechanisms towards the much-desired development of our country.
The Vice-Chancellor also presented the Obafemi Awolowo University Faculty of Science Excellence and Innovation Award to the GCEO. Prior to the lecture, the GCEO paid a courtesy visit to the Ooni of Ife, His Imperial Majesty, Oba Dr. Adeyeye Enitan Ogunwusi, at his palace.
Introducing NNPC Foundation, established to set the pace for corporate social interventions in Nigeria and other key markets through capacity development programs, health-oriented initiatives, environmental sustainability, and providing access to energy. We are poised to empower and enrich the lives of Nigerians in a way that is sustainable, enduring, and impactful. We are not just another foundation. We are NNPC Foundation, creating a sustainable impact for a better tomorrow.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has announced a profit of 2.548 trillion naira in 2022, the highest since its inception. This is a demonstration of the oil company's commitment to delivering value to its stakeholders. Take a look.
Since the passage of the Petroleum Industry Act, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has achieved substantial commercial success. This is evident in its consistent profitability growth post the Act in 2021, recording a profit of 287 billion naira in 2020, marking a pivotal moment for the company. This momentum continued with an increase to 674.1 billion naira in 2021 and a remarkable surge to 2.548 trillion naira in 2022. During his visit to the National Assembly complex in Abuja last November 2023, the Group Chief Executive Officer, Mele Kyari, highlighted the company's impressive transformation from a loss position of 803 billion naira in 2018 to a profit position of 674 billion naira in 2021. He anticipated a further increase in profits, projecting over 2 trillion naira in 2022, a projection that has indeed materialized with the release of the 2022 audited financial statements. NNPC Limited is dedicated to ensuring commercial viability, consistently generating profits for all its stakeholders.
Time now for our weekly update on NNPC Limited's fight against crude oil theft and pipeline vandalism and the progress made so far.
Between the 13th and 19th of January 2024, 214 incidences were recorded from several incident sources. The Nigerian Ajib Oil Company, Pipeline Infrastructure Nigeria Limited, Maton Engineering Nigeria Limited, Tantita Security Services, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NNPC Command and Control Center, and government security agencies. In the past week, 72 illegal refineries were discovered across several locations in Ogubolo, where an illegal refinery is being destroyed. Abua, Ndoni, Isiokpo, Bolo, Alo, Rumwekbe, and Ndoni in Rivers State, Oporomo in Bayelsa State, and Okwa West in Abia State. 42 illegal connections were uncovered in Odogwa and Nanabie in Rivers State, Olodiama in Bayelsa State, and Otumara in Delta State, where an illegal connection was found behind a flow station in Delta State. 6 cases of vandalism were reported in Elele, Alimini, and Omoko in Rivers State. In Akwa Odogwa in Rivers State, a vandalized pipeline is being repaired. 2 cases of oil spills caused by vandalism were reported in Tebidaba in Bayelsa State and Okutuari in Ijo. 8 illegal storage sites were discovered across several locations in the Niger Delta. In Isiokpo, River State, where a large oil pit was discovered. Another was discovered in Okrika in River State, while sacks of crude oil were discovered in Oporomo, Bayelsa State, Obuzo in Abia State, and Ohaji Egbema in Imo State. 26 cases of vandalism were reported in the past week in Rivers and Imo State. While 49 wooden boats conveying stolen crude were arrested and confiscated in Delta State, Bayelsa, and River State, 8 cases of vessel AIS infractions and 7 arrests of vehicles conveying crude oil were made in Delta State. 8 of these incidents took place in the deep blue water, 28 in the eastern region, 146 in the central region, while 32 took place in the western region of the Niger Delta. Between the 13th to the 19th of January 2024, 39 suspects were arrested. For NNPC Limited, there is no backing down on the war on crude oil theft until the menace is eradicated for good. To report crude oil theft or suspicious activities within your area, call the numbers on your screen now or send an email to report@stopcrudetheft.com. Handsome rewards await the whistleblower. Do your part. Report oil theft today.
In continued efforts to combat the dual threat of pipeline vandalism and crude oil theft, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited, in collaboration with security agencies, recently inspected a vessel arrested in the Niger Delta area with stolen crude. Here are details of that inspection.
In its ongoing commitment to halt the incessant theft of the country's natural resources, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, in collaboration with the Nigerian Army, Navy, and a private security firm, executed a joint operation leading to the arrest of a tanker ship laden with about 200,000 liters of stolen crude oil, along with its 23 crew members. The vessel with the name MT Kali was intercepted off the coast of Baramatu Kingdom area in Warri, Delta State, on its way to Lagos. It was subsequently brought to the Oporaza area, Delta State, for further investigation. The GCEO of NNPC Limited, Mele Kyari, along with some management staff of the company and the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, conducted an inspection tour of the seized vessel. On interrogation by the Chief of Defense Staff, the captain and the engineer of the seized vessel, Adeboye David and Promise Eze, said the vessel was hired from Lagos to load crude oil illegally from an offshore location in Bayelsa.
Did you know where you were going to?
Yeah, he took us to the field. You know the place. It's not like they took you.
Okay, and when you got there and it wasn't diesel, or did you ask any?
No, they even knew it wasn't diesel before they went. So it wasn't like it was a mistake. They knew it wasn't diesel. So why were you taking the products? So, what was your intention to take it to where? Back to Lagos?
Yeah, back to Lagos. But that was the last communication to bring diesel to Lagos. So,
but you weren't getting diesel. You got the crude, which is bigger.
Speaking on the development, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, expressed satisfaction with the security arrangement and the ongoing war against crude oil theft, emphasizing their significance to the economic growth of the nation. He also urged all Nigerians to support the government in the fight against the menace.
It's a major achievement. It shows that we're committed in ensuring that we stop this criminality within the maritime environment. This is a collaborative effort, and it will continue to be collaborative. Together with the NNPC, the other private security agencies, the main federal government agencies are also working together. We're working for the same team. We're all Nigerians. This is our country. Whatever is happening here is acts of criminality that must be stopped by all Nigerians. So I want to make that very clear, that all Nigerians must put hands on deck to ensure that we stop these acts. The country is bleeding. We need all the funds we need so that this country can grow and develop. And it is by stopping these criminals like this that will make that very possible.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited is committed to ending crude oil theft in order to boost revenue from the oil and gas sector into government coffers. It will continue to collaborate with government and private security agencies to curb this menace for the benefit of all stakeholders.
And that's it for this episode of Energy and You. Thank you for staying with us. Well, let's do this again same time next week. If you missed any part of this episode or previous ones, you can catch up by scanning the QR code on your screen now. Remember to also follow us on all our social media handles showing on your screen to get updates of events in Nigeria's energy sector and other activities of NNPC Limited. I'm Egusa Igumbo. We'll see you again.